CBSSports.com, and the Vikings, folks, are making a serious push to the playoffs. 42-10 against the Lions. And truthfully, the game wasn't even that close. Minnesota wins its third straight. Helps when you score on your first 6 possessions of the football game. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horwitz, NFL.com's Pat Kerwin. Both teams now 6-6, but Lions have lost 4 straight. Minnesota has won 3 straight, so obviously going both directions. And if you're Minnesota, you've got a bunch of things you're happy about. One, obviously Adrian Peterson's back and he looks fine. But 2, Tavares Jackson, each week over the past 3 or 4 weeks, has started to look fantastic.
Yeah, and I've talked to Brad Childress every week about how Tavares is doing, and he said, look, we have got him in some places where we think he can be very successful. Here they are. The deep ball early. Loosen up the defense, set up the running game. And then when I really need to throw, the slant route game. And they're throwing that slant route, particularly to Tavares Jackson's right side, with great authority. He's sticking balls in. They're trying to get linebackers under those slant routes. They're not able to do it. The guy has great velocity and great accuracy. He's got all that going on, and he's got 2 guys, 2-headed monster in the backfield, that 196 yards rushing today. They've got a nice formula working right now.
Obviously, this was against the Lions' defense, which is, as we're seeing the last few weeks, not very good, which you've been saying all season. They've just been making turnovers, or causing turnovers. But when you see this team anymore, when you're preparing for the Minnesota Vikings down the stretch here the last 4 weeks, can you just prepare for the run anymore?
No, you cannot. Well, you know, it is always about the run with the Vikings, and it will continue to be that. They'll be the top running team in the league this year. But now you've got the Tavares Jackson factor, so you really struggle with how do I handle him? Because if I dare play coverage rather than get a safety down the box for the running game, they'll eat you alive with that. This is a great risk that Brad Childress took, playing this guy, getting rid of Culpepper, taking all the criticism. A lot of Viking people today say, hey, Brad Childress, he's my friend. I've known all along he's going to be a great coach.
Yeah, and, well, he is one of your friends, and I know you talk to him on a regular basis. People there are very happy about the situation. You look at the Minnesota team, and obviously it's a good defense as well. They're getting after the quarterback. They're stopping the run with what they did against the Giants last week. The secondary is getting a little bit better each week. Do you see this team as a playoff team?
Yeah, I think they put themselves in a great spot today. Remember, Detroit came into this game as the 6th seed. They were in the playoffs as the playoffs started. Now in the head-to-head, they've lost to the Vikings in this game. Detroit's sliding out of this. We've got a lot of other teams that are going to be hanging around for this spot. But I think Minnesota's in a great spot right now. There's still going to be games where Tavares isn't going to play well. But you talked about the defense. Here's what's happening. Those guys were great run stuffers, and we all know it. So what did everybody do for the last 2 months? Throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball. Well, the pass rush is starting to come around. I saw Kenichi Udeze today making some plays, forcing the quarterback. It's not hard to pressure Kitna. He gets sacked once every 9 plays, and they got after him, got him on the ground 3 times, but they hit him. I stopped counting them. You and I watch the game. I'm putting marks time every time they hit Kitna. When I got past 12, the point is they got to him a lot.
There was one point today where Pat was begging Kitna to just stay on the ground.
Stay on the ground, John.
For mercy. As for the Lions, we all know that they have a very difficult schedule left. Still play the Cowboys, the Chiefs, those at home, but at San Diego, they have to go to Green Bay.
And Roy got hurt.
And Roy got hurt too. Roy Williams, a knee injury, so this does not look like a situation. And I think Lions fans would know that at this point, that this does not look like a team, because they've also lost the tiebreakers to all the teams they're competing with for the final playoff spot. All right, folks, for more on this game or any other here in Week 13, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com. Watch everything else on the CBS Audience Network. For Pat Kerwin, I'm Jason Horwitz. Good day.